We're going to start by giving ourselves a hug. And I like to do it with one hand first, but if you want to do this and it's comfortable for you, go for it. It might feel a little tight. What we're trying to do is get our hands on the sides of our rib cage and then become aware of your breath. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, and feel how your ribs are expanding on the inhale. And then you'll feel them go back down on the exhale. So we're breathing in and we're breathing out. We want to feel the rib cage expand and then soften back down. So this is one way, because a lot of times we're touching our belly. And then if you want, you could take one hand to your rib and one hand to your belly. So it'll be one side of your ribs, and breathe in and breathe out. And then maybe take one hand behind your back. This is also really good for back pain, by the way. Breathe in and breathe out, because just focusing on your breath helps you to find a focus you're anchoring your focus. So your focus is not necessarily on the pain all the time. And it gives your brain a release or a letting go from that pain. And then your mind goes, oh, I'm not always in this pain, or I'm not my pain. Just focusing on your breath alone can help. Now, when it's excruciating, like you stubbed your toe and it hurts and you're jumping around, that kind of pain, no. That would be really tough. It might help to calm you down, but it's not going to do that acute pain. Let's start by inhaling and lift the shoulders to the ears. So we're getting really long through the sides of our body. Keep the length, but drop the shoulders down. Notice how that feels. Then take your hands to your thighs, your knees, round your spine like the cat. So the belly's going to pull in towards your spine. And then inhale and lift up, heart rises. These are pelvic tilts. Exhale, rounding the spine. The shoulder blades move apart. And then as we lift up, the shoulder blades come back together right behind our heart. Exhale, we're rounding one way. Inhale, we're lifting the other. Let's find neutral and lift the heels. Push down through the balls of the feet, lift the heels up. Feel nice, long, straight ankles. You can take a little peek and look, but then exhale and let the heels lower down and take your vision back to more the horizon level. Inhale, heels rise. And exhale, lower them down. Swing your right arm towards the left, elbow bending, open it up to the side, release it down. Left arm towards the right, lift the elbow, circle it around. Let's do this wave a few times. So we're bringing in the water element, alternating one arm and then the other. And you might start with a smaller movement and then gradually over time, over our practice, your movements get a little bit bigger. Breathe in and breathe out. You might feel your whole body swaying as your arms move. Come back to center, to neutral. Pull the ribs back, lift tall. Press down through your hips, push down through your feet. And to push down through your feet, you might need to come a little bit forward in the chair. Push your feet down, lift tall. We're going to drop the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Then gaze down towards the earth. You'll feel a stretch. Inhale, ear back facing the shoulder. Push down through your feet and your hips and rise up. Notice the difference. By the way, that's where you could be rolling that ball on your neck. For those of you who heard me talking before, we're going to drop now the left ear towards the left shoulder. So if you had one of those balls, you might roll it while you're doing this, and it'll get into these really stiff muscles, tight muscles. Gaze down towards your shoulder. Inhale back. So you're gazing forward. Push down through your hips and rise up. We're going to take our vision towards the right without moving the head. So turn your vision to the right and then bring your eyes back to center. And if you need, you can put a finger in front of you to have it come back. Let's do the other side. Gaze to the left and then inhale, vision back to center. Now you're going to gaze to the right and then turn your head to the right. And then inhale back to center. Beautiful. Gaze to the left. Turn your head and come back to center. So your eyes are starting to wake up. Now, this is the hard part. Are you ready? You're going to look to your right, but turn your head to the left. And then come back to center. It's not easy. Just hint, it's not easy. Let's do the other side. Gaze to your left, turn your head to the right, and come back to center. These are little mind games, but they actually are also exercises for our vision. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down, and come back to center. Lift your right arm skyward. Make a fist. Put your thumb on the inside of the palm. Wrap your fingers around. Circle the arm out towards the side. And then bring it back up. Reverse the circle. Bend your elbow. Side bend towards the left. Pull the ribs back. That's it. Open it up. Lengthen the arm. Back. Reach towards your left. Come back to center. Open it up. Let's find our first twist. Right arm towards left thigh. Push your hand into the thigh and push your thigh into your hands. Notice how that, so if I just pushed it, the knee goes into the center. But if the thigh pushes into the hand at the same time, then it's upright. Turn slowly, head last, vision last. Find your twist. Let's breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. 2 more times. In breath, out breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Return to center. Both arms forward. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms away. Lift your heels. Lower the heels down slow, like there's something underneath them. Inhale, lift the heels back up. Exhale, lower them down. Circle the elbow, one, then the other. This is a flossing motion. That's right. You could, it looks like some of you are rocking the baby, and it could be like that. Lifting an elbow, then the other one. And let's kind of rock it side to side. Notice the difference in the feeling with that. Release. Inhaling, left arm rises. Spread the fingers. Lift to your highest. Push down through your feet. Feel your belly tone and your ribs move back. Make a fist. Thumb on the inside of the palm. Wrap your fingers around. Circling the arm, the wrist as you lower the arm. Yeah, you got it. Let's reverse it. Reverse the circle. Yep, draw circles with your knuckles. Come on, back up. Lift Bend the elbow, take the elbow down towards the left, and then lengthen the arm towards the right. That's it. Pull down, lift up and towards the right. Beautiful. Pull the elbow down, feel your shoulder blade as it moves. As you lower the elbow, then we lift it and you'll feel the shoulder blade come off your back. And lower it on down. Let's open up our knees. So you're not necessarily in your widest yet. Push down through your feet, lift tall. Inhale, lift your right toes and push down the rest of the foot down. So you're going to feel the arch lift. Exhale, push your toe pads down on the right side. You'll notice that you feel like you've got a suction cup underneath your arch. Release that. Lift the left toes, spread them. No need to look at them. Lower them down, push the toe pads down into the earth. Feel the foot, the bottom of your foot, it's activating. Inhale, lift the toes. Exhale, push the toe pads down. Now both sides. Inhale, heels rise, interlace your fingers, push your palms away. That's it. Start to make those little flossy movements. Flossy movements. And then lower it back down. Lower the heels down very slowly. And right forearm to the thigh. Right forearm to the thigh. Let's inhale and lift the right arm skyward. You may gaze at your fingertips. You might not. It's okay. Take the arm forward like you're going to reach for somebody's hand. Keep the arm long and then pull back. Pull the elbow back. Let's do that again. Reach forward like you're grabbing somebody's hand. That's right. Reach it forward, then pull it back. Lift the arm up towards the sky and over your ear. Nice long side bend. Press your hips down into the chair. Breathe in and breathe out through the nose. Option to lift the bottom arm so you're surrounding your ears. This is very much a core builder. Press down through your feet, rise up, hands at the heart. Beautiful. Take a breath in and a breath out. Hands come to the thighs, right shoulder towards the left. At the same time, push your hand into the inner thigh so this knee doesn't come forward like that. So gently press hand into thigh so that your knee is coming over your middle toes. That's about where we want to be. Push down through both feet. That will also help. When you push down through your feet, it helps to keep your knee in alignment. So we got the shoulder reaching to the left, roll it up and back, then push down through both hands, rise up. So you're using your body for resistance. Bring the left shoulder towards the right, and now your right hand's gently pressing into the thigh so that your left hand is putting your left thigh so that your left knee doesn't fall into center. Roll the shoulder up and back. Push both palms into your thighs. Rise up. Arms out to the side, up towards the sky. Maybe heels rise. Exhaling, hands at the heart. Left forearm to thigh. Lifting the right arm skyward. Make sure this shoulder stays back. We don't want it doing that business. Roll it up and back. Lower the arm like you're going to reach for somebody's hand with your right hand. Then pull the elbow back. Lift the arm up. Beautiful. Bring it forward, reach, reach, reach. Pull the elbow back, lift on up, pull the belly in and up. Press down to your feet and find your side bend towards the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. Option to push down through your feet and lift your bottom arm towards your ear. That's it. So you're literally turning the left side of your body up towards the sky. Press down through your feet. Rise up. Hands at the heart. Awesome. Walk one foot in and then the other. I should say step. Let's do this a few times. Open up the right out to the side. Open the left out to the side. Bring the left into center and the right. Do that a few times. It doesn't matter which foot goes first. Just to get some rhythm going here. Open it up and then bring it on in. I just remembered we didn't do the twist on the other side, so we're going to do it now. Left arm outside right thigh, left hand pushes into right thigh and open up your twist. Breathe in, neck and head turn last. Breath is in and breath is out. And breath is in. And breath is out. Let's stretch the front of our legs. And we might want to put a blanket on the side. You can do this a few different ways. You can turn sideways on your chair, or you can be front. I'll show the sideways first, and then I'll show the front. So my right buttocks is on the chair, but the left one is almost off. And then I'm going to take this leg back. And the reason I have a blanket is because a lot of people cramp up. I'm holding onto the back of the chair with the back arm. Then we lift tall. And if you're cramping, step it down and release it. Don't try to breathe through it. Let the cramp go. Maybe do a little bit of stamping your feet and then go back in again. You might want to massage the foot by going back in too. That's a nice thing to do. So here we are, and we're stretching the front of the shin and the ankle, which is super nice for walking. Pull your ribs in and up. And you can curl your toes under or press the top of the foot down. In fact, it's nice to feel it both ways. With the top of the foot down, you may feel more of a stretch. Now, if your knee is not touching down, you can put another pillow or blanket there, or maybe a yoga block. This is, you can see this is not going to work for me. It's too high up. We want our knee going down, straight down from the hip. And then if it feels available to you and you feel balanced, you might lift your left arm skyward. We lift tall, pull the ribs back and get a nice stretch. Exhale, release the arm down. Maybe you curl the toes under. That's going to add in a little bit of muscular energy. So this is also really good for walking. Is to curl the toes under, then you're getting a little movement through the back of the foot you might not normally get. And it can really help our walking as well. But I don't want you to be in pain in the big toe. So you got to be careful. We're not pushing through any acute pain. I've had surgery on this toe and it has a limited range of motion. Now, if you're facing forward in the chair and the side of the chair doesn't feel as comfortable for you, this is very similar to go to the side. It's very similar, but some people feel like it's just too much on their hips, or they feel like they're going to fall off the chair. And this way you can't hold on to the back, you got to hold on to the side. One's not better than the other. Now, some other people come forward and then tip their foot down like that. That's going to get more into the foot. I don't feel it as much in the thigh, but you might. Let's do the other side. no matter whether you're facing forward or to the side. Holding on to the back of the chair. Now left hip is on chair. Right leg is going downward. Scooch your hips towards the edge of the chair without going off the edge of the chair. And lengthen through your spine as you pull your ribs back. And use this back of the chair to help your balance. Perhaps the outside arm, the right arm lifts up. And you feel length from your arm all the way down towards your rib cage and maybe even down to your thigh. Now you might curl the toes under and you might not. See how that feels to you. I'm getting a good stretch on the bottom of the foot with the toes curled under. Lower the arm, step the outside foot forward, and let's turn back to center. And we're going to play with lifting first our right knee up towards us. Circle it around and about. You can put a strap underneath your thigh instead of using your hands to circle it, if that is more accessible to you. So it looks like this. I'll show it while you're circling. Make sure you're getting a good circle there, so you're really moving the knee around. You're drawing a bigger and bigger circle. You might start smaller, but then bigger with that circle. And then reverse it. And then release it. And lift the knee back up. Use your other hand and turn the foot towards you a little bit. Notice how that feels. It's a little bit of a hip opener. It's kind of like half happy baby. We're pulling it in and doing a little pulses here. Now, another option, if the foot's not going to come up so high, is to put your feet or foot on the block like this. And this will do something similar. Something similar. And this is a nice hip opener too. Then from there, either here or up here, place your foot back down here or onto your thigh. And then rock right and left to find your center. Lift tall, pull the ribs back, lean forward. You're going to feel the weight come forward in your bottom foot until you feel a stretch in the hip. Breathe in and breathe out. And breath is in and breath is out. If you feel like you could go a little more forward, then do. Don't push through pain. Send breath to your hip. Send positive thoughts to your hip. Send nice messages to your hip. And then push down through the foot. Inhale, rise up. Either pulse your knee back like so with one hand or both hands supporting the leg, or place the foot back on the block. You guys are doing great. We're going to do the other side. This reminds me a little bit of that squatty potty business. We're going to play with yoga squat today. And it's a great pose, but it freaks people out sometimes. So we're working in little steps to get there. Let's start by circling the knee around on the left side, and these blocks are my way. I'm going to move them over. Circle it around. Use the strap if that's more helpful for you to circle it. Yeah, let the circle get a little bigger, and if you want to reverse it, notice how that feels. Breathe, and you know the leg is heavy, right? It's heavy. You might need to take a break and put the foot down, and that's okay. The reason it's heavy is this is the heaviest bone. We honor that. Then you're either going to put your foot on blocks like this or pillows, or lift the knee up, pull it in towards your shoulder, use both hands and do a little bit of pulsing. little bit of pulsing. This is really half happy baby. If it's available to you, you can use one hand and kind of weave it under and around your foot like that. This is our half happy baby. My teacher used to say, oh, is anybody on the phone now? And play with the idea of the foot being your phone. I don't know if people do that anymore, though. Then you're either going to place the foot on the block and lean forward, or place your ankle over the thigh and lean forward to open up the left side. So it either looks like this or it looks like this. Now, for some people, super tight, this is it. Sitting upright and feeling a little opening is fine. You might have your hand on the thigh as you lean forward. So gentle pressure down. Stop when you feel sensation. Keep the back long. Keep the back of your neck long. You can picture the bottom of your spine and then lengthening through each vertebrae out through the center of your head. Pull the ribs back as you lengthen forward. Breathe in and breathe out. And then inhale, rise up. Maybe say hi to your baby and rock it. And then place it down. Now we're going to do chair pose, which is also a variation on yoga squat. By the way, this is a variation on yoga squat too. Bring the feet in. If you have a block, place it in between your thighs. You can have a chair in front of you for balance or face a wall. That would be fine too. I'm going to move this out of the way. I'll show it to you with the two chairs sideways so you can see. Got to get my second chair over here. And here we are. Here we are. So block in between thighs, hug it, rock forward and back. And when you're ready, we'll lift off. Now, lifting off doesn't mean that you're coming like all the way up, and it doesn't mean that the hips are lifting more than a millimeter. That may be what it is. As you rock forward, push down through your feet, you're going to feel the weight go to the heels, and then feel like you're hugging your block and hugging your hips towards each other. Push down through your feet, pull your ribs back, exhale, have a seat. When you sit down, nice and slow. That will jam your lower back. We were talking about lower back pain earlier. So if you're here, don't do this, and you bang down, that reverberates through your spine. Try to go slow with strength as opposed to slamming down. Wherever it is, whether it's at your kitchen table, your dining room table, your sofa, the potty, wherever it is, try to go soft with it. Okay, so we're going to come back up. Wherever you're at, pull your belly in, take your sit bones back, take your ribs back, hug your block, maybe lift one arm, maybe lift the other arm. Here we are. Maybe lift the arms towards your ears. Maybe keep your hands on the chair. Let's exhale and slowly lower down. Yep, take a little break. Now, if you know that your knees tend to go to center like that, so they tend to go to center like that, the block does help, but that probably means it's tight on the inner thighs. So you're probably better off getting a strap and placing it around your thighs and pushing out into it. I'm just telling you this so you have this information, whether you have it with you now or not. The strap goes around your thighs. You're pushing out into it, so away into the strap, and that's going to strengthen your abductors. Let's go for it. We push out, we rock forward and back. We lift off, sitting bones back. Now my knees are not going to center, they're pushing out and away. So we could have block and strap together. That can be a little confusing though. Exhale, slowly lower down. We're going to add a twist in. Here we go. Hands on chair or not. Lift on up. Maybe arms forward. Then take your right arm back and gaze towards your right thumb. Breathe in. Sitting bones are going straight back. Feel your toes, push your heels down. Inhale, arm forward, other side. Left arm back. Sitting bones straight back. Breathe in, breathe out. If you've got the block and you're hugging it, if you've got the strap, you're pushing out into it. Both arms forward. Exhale and a seat. It's a long time to be up, isn't it? You can say, wow, that was a lot. I'm going to remove this strap. Push this out of the way. Let's lengthen our legs. We haven't lengthened our legs yet. We got to work on our hamstrings a bit. And then we got to do some standing work. So here we are, hands on the side of the chair, heels forward, push your heels down, sit tall, point your toes away, like you're going to touch your toes towards the mat. That's a big curve. Then pull the toes towards you, press them away, turn out and circle the ankle around and about both sides at the same time, going inward and then outward. Breath is in and breath is out. Pull the heels back in towards you. Lengthen the right heel away from you. And then hands to your hips. Pull the elbows towards each other. Lift tall, lean forward. You can take your arms forward and you keep the spine at a diag, so your neck spine, your heart spine are all in line. You can have one hand at your hip and one hand at your thigh. There's not like a right or wrong here. Push down through the heel, rise up, drag the heel back, other side. Push the big toe away like you're stepping on the gas. Hands at your hips, pull the elbows in, lean forward, toes are towards you, ribs are back, breathe in, breathe out, figure out where you want your arms. They could be by your ears, they could be, your hands could be at your hips. And press down through the standing leg, so that's the left leg, and bring the right back in. Whatever side you were doing, it really doesn't matter. Now we're going to play with getting up and doing a wall dog and then working towards what we would call a yoga squat without being a squat. All right, so don't get scared because we're only going to go as far as our body can go. Face the chair. We're in mountain pose. We're pushing down through our feet. We're pushing down through our toe pads. When you push down through your big toe, you're actually activating glute muscles. And that's why it's so important. That big toe plays a big role in our walking and our hip toning. Really press it down. Take your hands to the chair. Walk your feet back for your wall dog. Push down through those big toe mounds. Push down through the pinky toe mounds. Bend your knees. Take your sitting bones back. And then slowly straighten. And then bend. And slowly straighten. And then bend. Pull the ribs back. Don't let them rest on your thighs. Take the sitting bones back. Exhale, bending. Walk your feet back in towards the chair and come on up. We're going to face the chair. I'm going to move it like this. I think that'll be the best vision. And we're going to first play with goddess standing, and the toes are going to be outward. Then your hands can come to the seat of the chair. So this is already a squat. As we bend our knees, take your sitting bones back, palms are on the chair. Pull your knees outward so that they're angling towards your middle toes. Then press down through your feet, take your sitting bones back, they'll straighten. We're going to exhale and bend our knees out to the side. We're going to do a yoga push-up. So press your palms down into the chair, bend your elbows, draw your shoulder blades on your back. So they're pulling back, and push down through your palms onto the seat of the chair. Feel your belly engage, push down through your feet and rise up. Okay, I can't hear you. I'd love to know what the reactions are with this. Let's do it again. Hands on the seat of the chair, knees out to the side. Spread your fingers on the seat of the chair, bend your elbows. Elbows come in towards your side, pull your ribs back, and press your knees away from each other. And then rise on up, straighten the arms. Let's take all 10 toes forward and bring the feet back together. So squat doesn't mean going all the way down. I'm going to show a side view. And you'll take your hands to the seat of the chair. You don't have to go very wide. Just bend your knees and take your sitting bones back. And then lift up. Now, there are some people, a lot of, that are born to squat. And then, of course, in third world countries, they do it all the time. But it is really good for our back. The people who live and do the squat when they go potty, give birth, eat, they actually don't have the same back problems that we do. So bend your knees, take your sitting bones back and wide. That's our squat. And then push down and rise up. You're isometrically pulling your feet towards each other as you rise. So we exhale, we push down through our feet, take our sitting bones back. You'll feel the weight go towards your heels, but press down through the whole foot and then rise up. Let's add a few yoga push-ups here. In fact, keep your legs straight. Bend your elbows and then lift up. It actually doesn't work well. Forget that. We got to bend the knees. So bend your elbows, bend your knees, elbows in towards your side, push down through your hands, rise up. A few more times because we got to do our weight bearing. Pull the ribs back. So we're pulling them to the back of the shirt. That's the cat pose. Take your sitting bones back, bend your elbows, shoulder blades on the back, and rise on up. Let's bring the feet back to neutral and do our wall dog. Walk your feet back. Walk them back. Bend your knees, sitting bones back. This is a squat right here. Palms are on the seat of the chair. Take your sitting bones back. Lift your ribs so they're not resting on your thighs. Lift your ribs up off of the thighs as you take your sitting bones back. And then slowly walk your feet towards the chair. And rise on up. You might take your chair and turn it now, or walk to the other side of your chair. We're going to do some cat-cows. Round your spine, but you're standing, so you're gazing down towards your toes, and then inhale and lift up. Exhale, round. Walk closer towards the chair. And let's take our weight towards the left leg and extend the right leg back. You can bend your elbows towards your side as you lift the heel. Tone your buttocks. Tone your buttocks. Keep a soft standing knee. And then lower the leg down. Other side, weight goes now to the opposite leg, extending the left leg back, or whichever leg you've chosen to go back. Soft standing knee. Leg can be down, toes touching, or lifting it up. Tone your hip. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower the foot down. And rise back up. I want to play with either walking in place or hand on the wall. So we can start by just walking in place. I want you to feel your footprint as it touches. Feel your footprint as it touches and notice which part of the foot lands first. Notice which now. Lift your knees as high as you are comfortable and maybe play with lifting a little bit higher. If you're feeling off balance, you could have two chairs. You're walking in between two chairs like this. Or you could have your cane, but something like this would work too. I actually think this would be nice to practice walking and lifting the knees up. So inhale one and exhale. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Lift it up like you are almost marching in place. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to shift our weight now to the right foot and maybe lift the left knee up. We're playing with balance. We're on one leg like a flamingo. And then place it down. Walk in place. It's real hard to go heel, ball, toe when you're walking in place. That's the only thing. So we'll have to lengthen our walking a little bit. Now we're going to shift the weight to the left leg and the right knee lifts up. Try to keep the hips level rather than the hip lifting. Try to keep the hips level. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now you can always take your toe tips down. Who said it has to be all the way up, right? You go to your height, nobody else's. Exhale, lower it down. I'm going to move the chairs away. If you have a wall, use it someplace where you could walk in place. You want to feel safe and balanced so that I'm just taking this out here so you can see. I'm going to hold the wall. So you can play, and you don't have to do it now either, but it can be very helpful to focus on heel, ball, toe. So we might lift one foot and then heel, ball, toe. Lift the other foot, heel, ball, toe. Now also notice how we're rolling through that big toe, and that's important too. Lift it, heel down, place it, roll through the back toe. So we're pushing down through that big toe mound, then lift it, heel, ball, toe. Try it a few times. You can use a cane doing this. You can use a walker doing this. Lift the leg, place it, heel, ball, toe. As you shift, pay attention to the back foot and the back, this big toe pushing down in the back. This is real important for our glutes as well. Then we shift, we lift, we place, we set, and we alternate. You could do this as a meditation. I really strongly recommend it. It's so important. Let's go back to lunges so you can feel that big toe mount. We haven't done lunges yet, really. we got to do our lunges. So hands on the chair, right foot's going to be forward, bring the left back. We're in a lunge, and the big toe of the back foot is pressing down and the heel is rising. You might play with lifting the heel and then lowering it. You'll get a little bit of a stretch. Lift the heel, lower it. Inhale up, exhale, you release and it lowers. This front knee is over the heel, staying pretty static. It's working. This is weight bearing for the hip, and that's good stuff. Lift the heel, exhale, lower it. Lifting, lowering. Then you might take your fingertips towards the edge of the chair, pull your ribs back. Maybe you take one arm forward or upwards. Maybe not. Place the arm back down. And we're going to step the back foot to meet the front foot. Notice how important this is to pull and push off of that big toe to bring the foot back up into mountain pose. So these kind of poses can also help our walking. Let's do the other side. Left foot's forward, right leg is back, heel is up, big toe is pushing down, front knee is over heel. And then let's rock this back heel up and down. You'll get a good, nice quad stretch. A nice quad stretch. Feel that big toe mound as it pushes down. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling, lowering. Then when you're ready, we're going to hug our legs isometrically towards each other. Maybe walk the fingertips a little closer. You can also stay right here. Keep your hands secure on the chair. If that feels safest to you, that's what you should do. Maybe we're pushing down through both feet, hugging them in. Maybe we lift one arm. Maybe we don't. Breathe in. Breathe out. This front thigh is working. It sure is. When you're ready, rock it forward. Take your back foot to meet your front and lift on up. And take a breath in and a breath out. Now, if you have the space and it feels safe to you, walk again with the idea of feeling the push off with the back big toe mound. So we can walk and focus on different things. I love the heel ball toe. So we're going to take the one foot forward, the back foot, roll onto the back toe, then lift it, shift your weight, push the heel down, and then the toe. Notice I'm holding on to a wall, and then we shift it. We're on the back big toe, lift it, place it, roll through the foot. And I just highly recommend that. It will make you more conscious when you're taking longer walks, even if you just do it a few times for a short duration. You don't have to go anywhere. This can also become a mindful meditation of walking in place, maybe the length of a yoga mat. So it's not pacing because it's not with anxiety, it's with feeling the bottom of the foot as we shift our weight. And you'll feel the sensation all the way up the body if you focus on it. So this is not pacing. And actually, as you turn, be aware of what it feels like to turn, to go back the other way. Highly recommend it. Some people prefer this type of meditation as opposed to a seated meditation. So really super duper important to feel the bottom of the feet when walking. And now that it's getting nicer out for most people, you'll be outside more. Real important. Use your canes, use your walkers, use your assistive devices, but play with the idea of feeling the bottom of your feet. All right, we're going to go back to our squatting idea, but we're going to lunge side to side. We've done this before. Hands on the seat of the chair, feet wide. Turn your right toes out. Bend your knee towards your heel and ankle on the right side. Then inhale, straighten the leg, turn the toes back forward, and turn the left foot out. Bend your knee, bring the knee over the ankle and the heel. We don't need to go any farther. Straighten the leg, turn all 10 toes are back forward. Do it again. Right toes out, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten it, bend it again. Maybe come up onto your fingertips. Stand tall. You are in a version of warrior 2. Maybe you lift one arm and keep one hand on the chair. This thigh is working, by the way. I'm sure you're feeling it. Lift your spine tall. Then place the hand back down. Turn the toes back forward. Go to the other side. Turn the left toes out. Bend the knee over the ankle and heel. Fingertips are still on the chair. You can take your sitting bones back and then angle the left sitting bone down towards the earth. Like the angle of your sitting bone is going down. Knee is over heel. Hands are either on chair or maybe you lift one of the arms up. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel your feet push down into the chair. Pull your heels towards each other. Maybe you gaze over your left fingertips. Maybe not. Straighten the leg. All 10 toes forward. Take your hands to the seat of the chair. Let's do some of those yoga push-ups again. Knees forward, bend your elbows, take your spine forward, press down, rise up. Bend elbows. So we're getting a little weight bearing. Spread fingers, take your sitting bones back, bend your knees, shoulders by your side, press down, rise up. Keep your right hand on the chair. Inhale your left hand to your hip. That's it. Circle your shoulder up and back and lift the left arm towards the sky. Or keep your hand at your hip. You never have to do anything that the yoga teacher says, except be safe. Bring the hand down, other side. And you might bend one of the knees while you do this. The opposite, if your left hand is down, you might bend the right knee and then take the arm out to the side. See how that feels different, or straight. And you're pushing down through the palm that's on the chair. Make sure the shoulder's back. It's externally rotating. And then bring the arm back down. Let's bend the left knee. Externally rotate the right shoulder. Inhale, lift the left arm towards the sky. Exhale, place it down. Straightening the left knee, bend the right knee. Take the right arm out to the side and up towards the sky. Exhale, lower it down. Both hands are on the chair. Walk your feet back in towards each other and slowly come on up. We'll do a few sun salutes because the sun is out. And you can hold on to the side of the chair or not. Feet are in parallel position. You are in mountain pose. Inhale, one or both arms lift towards the sky. Beautiful. Soften your knees. Exhale, arms out towards the sides. Lower them down towards your hands come to your thighs or your shins. Lengthen your spine forward as you push your sitting bones back. Inhale, take your hands to your hips. Pull the ribs back, shoulder blades on your back, push down through your feet. Inhale, arms out to the side, up towards the sky, hands at your heart. Let's do that again. This is a sun salute. If you ever feel like you need to just get some energy flowing, in the chair or standing is wonderful. Arms are down by the side. Inhale, lift them right and left, upwards towards the sky. Maybe your gaze looks up, but push down through your feet. Exhale, arms out to the side, soften your knees or bend them quite a bit. Hands to the thighs or the shins. Draw your shoulders up and back as you lengthen your spine forward. Feel your shoulder blades, they're coming together. Pull your ribs up towards the sky. Hands come to your hips. Draw the shoulders on your back, so roll your shoulders. Push down through your feet, your big toe mounds, your heels, your pinkies. Down, lift up, arms skyward. Exhale, hands at your heart. Beautiful. Really nice. Lower the arms down. Inhale, one or both arms up skyward. Bend your right elbow and take your left hand to your right elbow. Or just bend one. Try to touch your hand behind you. That's it. Your fingertips may just touch the back of your head. Or one hand is helping the other move to center. Then lift the arms up. Bend the other elbow. So now the left elbow's lifting. The fingertips may be touching behind the back or the head. Just going to depend on the range of motion for the shoulder. You may use your right hand to pull the elbow inward. Maybe, maybe not. Inhale, arms rise. Let's soften the knees. We're going to do a circle. Go down towards the right, bend your knees. Release the head and the jaw. Push down. Rise up. Beautiful. Let's go the other way. Make a big circle. Soften the knees, counterclockwise. Release the head and the jaw on your way down. Inhale, push down to your feet, rise up. Hands at the heart. Our hands are at the heart. Press down through your feet. Feel this tripod on the bottom of your foot. Big toe across the pinky toe, center of heel. Push those down. Feel grounded. Soft behind the knees. Palms together in front of your heart. You might have hands on the chair or not. You might close your eyes for a breath or two here. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Notice if your eyes are closed, you might be feeling a swaying even though you're standing still, which means you might want to have a hand on the chair. Breathe in. And breathe out. And have a seat. Have a seat. Place a hand on your heart center. So in yoga, we say heart center. And not necessarily the biology, your anatomical heart. Breathe in as though you're breathing into your heart. And then exhale out from your heart. Breathe in towards your heart. And breathe out from your heart. Beautiful. A few more times. Breathe in towards the heart. And breathe out from the heart. Think of something that brings you joy, where you can really feel your heart opening. Breathe in towards the heart. Breathe out from the heart, whatever that may be. It could be being with a grandchild, holding your pets, being outside on a glorious day, listening to music. Breathe into the heart. Breathe out from the heart. Awesome. Release your hand to your lap. We're going to do some sounds with breathing. as we close. So the first one is ah. You're going to take a breath in and you're going to go on your exhale. It's ah. So inhale in. Ah. Got that? Yeah, I know I sound silly, but that's because I'm alone. If we were all together, it would sound a lot, but we got to do it so it goes through the screen so we can all feel the vibration and hear it. Now we're going to do ooh. So you're going to take an inhale, and on your exhale, it's ooh. All right. Next one is M. So you'll take an inhale, on your exhale, it's mm. So these are wonderful vibrations. Now we're going to put it together. And guess what it is when you put it together? It's Om. So these are just sounds put together. And you're going to take an inhale, and we're going to do Om together 3 times. Inhale, exhale, Om. And if you want to accentuate the ah, ooh, m, you can. So it'll sound something like this. Inhale in, ow. Wow, I can feel the vibration in my lips. It feels kind of funny. One more time. Inhale in, ow. Then take your hands in front of your heart, bow in. Let's take a few cadence breaths of breathing in for a count of 4 or 5 and breathing out for a count of 4 or 5. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that's too much, go to 4 counts instead of 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to add a pause at the end of the exhale. This is super great for your parasympathetic nervous system, your vagus nerve. It helps trigger the relaxation response. Inhale in for 4 or 5. Out for 4 or 5. Pause for 4 or 5. Breathe in for 4 or 5. Exhale out for 4 or 5. Pause, meaning you're still. In. Exhale. Hold. Feel the stillness. Breathe in. Exhale out. Hold. And now let's go for inhale 4 and then exhale longer than inhale. So maybe a count of 6 or 8. Breathe in for 4. Exhale out for anywhere from 4 to 8. Inhale in for 4. Through the nose. Exhale out for anywhere from 4 to 8. This is your homework, to play with your breathing. Try it a few times a day. You don't have to do that many rounds, just a few minutes a day. Spread out just to help you become more conscious. This is a great way to trigger the parasympathetic or the relaxation response. Let's bring our hands together in front of our heart in gratitude for our time together and these practices. Namaste, everyone. I'm here for